In this video, I'm going to be talking about the iPad mini and why it is my favourite iPad. Now, as of today, the 20th of August 2023, there are a few rumours and speculations that the iPad mini is going to get a refresh and an update to the 7th generation, potentially in September of this year, or maybe it might even get pushed to January 2024. But I thought I'd make this video because I've had such a good experience using the iPad mini. I'm currently using the 6th generation that was released back in 2021 when it had a completely new design refresh. I love it for the most part. There's a few tiny negatives that would be amazing if they were updated in the new release, but I thought I would share this with you. So if you're interested in the iPad mini, carry on watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. Drop me any comments down below because I can always answer them and help you out, and I hope you find this useful. Let me start by saying that previously I've had a little bit of a dichotomy as to what the point of an iPad is and where it fits in my lineup of devices. I have currently an iPhone 14 Pro and a 13-inch MacBook Pro. Love both of these devices, but I found that an iPad of full size, 11-inch, I've never had the bigger one, didn't quite fit in, because then I was kind of like, I might as well just take my MacBook. It has much better capability, and actually they don't really take up much different of a size. However, now the iPad mini comes into play, it fits just perfectly right in the middle of those two devices, and I absolutely love it. It's not too big, but it's bigger than my iPhone, and it enables me to do some really, really nice browsing on a slightly bigger screen, but nothing too major, and it's really easy to carry around. So what do I use it for? Primarily, the thing I love doing on my iPad is editing photos. You might not be surprised to know I use Lightroom Mobile on here with the Apple Pencil 2nd generation, which is supported with this iPad as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So it gives that really nice creative feeling and gets the juices flowing when editing, and it all feels a little bit more artistic. And since I've been using the iPad mini and really got my photo editing workflow down on that, I've hardly used my MacBook at all to edit any photos, and I've really, really enjoyed it. In fact, I went on 2 trips. I went to Porto and I went to Croatia with no laptop, which is absolutely unheard of, and I edited all of my photos on the go, in cafes, on planes, on trains, in cars, and it was so enjoyable because I got that real kind of feel for the photo almost immediately, and I was able to upload, I was able to check my images on the go and make sure that I was capturing what I wanted to, and it added absolutely minimal weight to my bag. I even carried it around like on hikes and things around the city in the daytime, so that I could have it if I just stopped and checked kind of what I got along the way, which I really love to do, and I got my dopamine hit pretty quickly. So that was fantastic. Secondly, I've been using it for taking notes, and again, a bit of an artistic thing, a bit of a creative thing. I've managed to get some of my ideas down on pen and paper, if you like, and the size and the form factor of the iPad mini is really, really nice. It's a little bit like an A5 notebook, so it feels quite natural. You can do one-handed use with it. You can hold it in one hand and write with the other, so you don't have to have a full desk setup, which is also really nice. Again, when you're traveling and things, it's pretty discreet and pretty inconspicuous to use, especially if you've just got a small tray table in front of you. Other than that, I use it for a bit of browsing. I do consume a bit of media on it. I use it for Netflix and YouTube just to watch maybe in the evening, and I find it quite nice, as I've set it up quite minimally, not to have a lot of communications on it, that I just use it for consuming. So it's a bit nicer for me than using my phone, because I can put my phone away and not get interrupted and just use my iPad. So it's pretty much just used for consuming media and for editing and creative workflows. That's what I've pretty much set it up for and kept it pretty minimal. So if you want to do those kind of things, I couldn't recommend the iPad mini highly enough. It's really user-friendly. It's just simple. It's the most kind of like iPad. I find like the iPad Pro, whilst it's absolutely amazing with, you know, the new M1, M2 chips and the power it has behind it, I just think, why not get a laptop? That's my personal feeling on it. And then if you get a laptop, you've got the full iOS that you can use, the full file structure, and it's much easier, in my opinion, which is what I would use my MacBook for like video editing and things like that. But for light use, casual use and artistic use, this iPad mini is absolutely fantastic. There are a few downsides, as I mentioned at the beginning, which maybe will come in an update. The battery life on it is not fantastic. It does what I need it to do, but I do have to charge it quite regularly, so maybe that will get an update. It doesn't have the high refresh rate screen, it has 60 hertz, so I'm perfectly happy with that, again, because I don't do a lot of gaming on it and I don't do any like fast scrolling things like that, and I'm not video editing, I'm just editing my photos. It doesn't seem to affect me at all, but that might be something worth considering, indeed maybe worth waiting for. I'm not sure if it's going to come in the next one or not, maybe not. Other than that, I really don't have any. It has a USB-C port, which is really, really nice. All my dongles are USB-C, so I just plug into there. I can upload my media. I think the only other downside would be, say, that the memory size is a bit weird on it. They only offer a 64, and then I believe it jumps up to a 256, so there's no 128 in the middle. So I actually went for the lower one because I use cloud storage and things with Adobe, so I can manage it quite well. But if you want a bit of storage on there, you would then have to bump it up to that bigger one, which obviously with Apple adds quite a bit of cost to the whole process. But other than that, really positive experience with it. Does everything I need it to do, doesn't overcomplicate the situation, and it's so small and it fits in even a sling bag. So if this is the kind of thing you want, something super mobile, good for travel, nice to edit on, the iPad mini is the one for you. You might want to wait for the new one though. Hopefully it will come soon. I do hope you found this useful. As I said, drop me a comment down below and I will definitely make a video about my photography workflow on the iPad, because it's taken me a little while to feel fully confident to go on trips solo with just the iPad, but I think I've got the system down now and it's worked really, really nicely for me. So I'll make a video to share that with you too, if that's something you're interested in. Hit the bell and subscribe to stay notified for that, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.